Okay, so I'm going to try out Bunjs and Elysiajs, and in coming days I would try out the bet stack, which seems very, looks very interesting. So it's bet stack Bunjs. So basically, B is for Bun and E is for Elysia, and T is for I think Terso. Yeah. So I think I could just do Terso DB and yes. So here, even with this database, I had to explore. Like I am still yet to wrap my head around how this works and what makes it different from other databases. So yeah, so let's start with setting up Bunjs first and just tinkering around Elysia and Bunjs. So I have experience with Node and Express. I have built applications with Express and worked with MongoDB and such databases. So this is completely new to me. So Node.js is a JavaScript runtime, and so Bun is a new kid in the block, and claims to be faster than Node.js, and like I mean, Bun is much more than just a runtime. It also even speeds up your installation. Like you could even replace your npm or I think yarn, installs with a package manager with Bun, which speeds up the installation and other things. And also, like it's very interesting. Like if you see, it even has some, many things baked into it. So that's something. That's a what happens when some new tooling comes. It gets to learn from the past tools that have been built and all the ways developers have been using things, and so that helps them to integrate things to into the system, like where there is even test is built in, file system routing, run shell script, web server, WebSocket server, and many things, hashing password. So when working with Node.js and Express or any of the Node.js packages, then we are using bcrypt and such to hash passwords. So here everything is many things are baked in, so it's very interesting. Even speed, it claims to be faster than Node.js and Dino.js, and yeah, even this it has SQLite built into it. So this is something I would like to experiment and see how that works. So let's try installing. I don't have it installed, so uh, I'm completely new to it. So let's see how it happens, how it goes, and let's jump into Bun. So Bun is an all-in-one toolkit for JavaScript and TypeScript apps. So I think so with Node, when we want to work with TypeScript, I think we have to do some setup. I believe here it's built in, like you don't have to do any setup. And other thing I just learned, like I have not fully dived into it, but is that so like when you're working with Express and you get this EJS as the templating engine, uh, here you get JSX as the templating engine. So if you want, you could use JSX, or you could have HTMX, and HTMX I actually tried for my last project. I used HTMX and I was very happy with it, how it went. So I would like to use HTMX. So that's why I said I would like to try that stack. So yes, so again you have how it's faster than almost everything else out there, and reducing startup times and memory usage and such. So Bun was installed successfully to added path to get started, accepting the Bun help. I think I can do Bun note available. Added to path. I think I have to do source. So let's hit RC. Now if I do Bun, it's working. Yes, great. So I do Bun hyphen version, and it's at 1.0.25. So this says that it goes TS, and yeah, so same thing. It's supports TS and Visual TypeScript and JSX out of the box, and it has test runner, script runner, all those jazz is built in on just compatible package manager. So start that script to start the application, then And with you, so Bun in itself is very exciting, and there is many things they have added which is very exciting. And even with Elysiajs, so I mean, coming from Express, I think Elysiajs is again like what they say, economic framework for humans, and I think it lives up to that. So I mean, it says it there faster than Express 21x times. And more than that, the way they have implemented many things felt new. So there's some level of learning has to happen, but still it's very exciting, and I'm looking forward to trying it out. So then I think that's it. So this is how you do. I think I don't have to take into this. So maybe let's look into what is a runtime and all those things. So usually, when I was learning back in the olden days, I used to just dive into the package. Like I would pick Express and I would learn Express without considering what Node.js is and such. So this time, let's see. I don't want to make same mistake. I want to learn it. So let's see what is a runtime. So JavaScript, or more formally, ECMAScript, is just a specification for a programming language. Anyone can write a JavaScript engine that injects a valid JavaScript program and executes it. The two most popular engines in use today are V8 and developed by Google, and Node.js uses that. And we have the alternative JavaScript core, which is developed by Apple. And so, what makes Bun different and I think faster is that one reason is that they are using JavaScript core and not V8 engine. So yeah, but most JavaScript programs don't run in a vacuum. They need a way to access outside world to perform useful tasks. This is where runtime comes in. They implement additional APIs that are then made available to. Yes, so you have browsers, notably browsers shipped with just runtime that implement a set of web APIs that are exposed to the global window. Any code, not just similarly, not just a JavaScript runtime that can be used in non-browser environments like servers. JavaScript programs will not just have access to. So these are just generic stuff. So then design goals. I mean, I would love to do this on time, like just go through all the docs. So with Rust, when I was learning Rust, what I did is I went to the Rust book and I Rust programming language book, and I went through all of this. And just through reading that, it itself gave many context. Like when we are watching tutorials, what happens is that we are learning the syntax, but not the why, and the why things are done the way they are. So this was very helpful, like understanding the code and doing it is very different from just learning tutorials and learning the syntax. So I would love to go through this, but let's just to keep the excitement, just build something. So this is installation which we did. Then this quick start. So this is again, let's let's create a new folder called bun learn, and then do bun init. So this is again, like familiar, like when we are building a Node.js project, we do npm init. So this is similar. So it says package name. I will keep it that index.ts. Turn a package.file JSON file was saved in the current directory. So to get started, run index.ts. So it's a hello we are bun. Great. So if I just open my VS Code and look through it, so there's a node modules, which again, we are familiar with in Node while working with Node.js. So there is one bun.log b. I think assume this is similar to package dot package-log.json, and we have package.json. So this is a package.json, and the usual stuff, module index.ts. Okay, module index.ts. So with npm, I think it has entry or main. Main was a keyword here, main, and you put in the file name. So type is module, and dev dependency is bun, and peer dependency is the TypeScript, because this is .ts. So I mean, we don't have to do anything to get that ts thing going on, TypeScript going on. So then it says hello, we have bun, and we have ts config.json, everything baked into it. So yeah, so this is what we have. So let's write a simple HTTP server using the built-in bun.server. So we just did that. We did bun in it. So we created a new project. Now we have to. So we are going to create HTTP server using just bun, and then we will jump into Elysiajs and see. So okay, so here we are basically creating, yes, so we are serving an HTTP server in port 3000. Okay, and I think the explanations are very less, but let's comment remove this, and server equal bun dot serve. So I think I will turn off copilot. So disable completions, copilot status ready. Okay, disable completions. Okay, so now it says property server. So it's not server, it's server. Argument type is not submitted, parameter type server. No. So we have to pass few things. Port 3000 and bun dot serve. Then we have 1000. Then fetch. Then rec. Then it returns new response, and it just says bun. And yes, so it's very interesting. Like you don't. So this bun is coming from. Okay, so I assume this is similar to like using just Node.js, and but I mean I have seen like using HTTP, built-in HTTP in Node, and trying to use that. I assume this is similar to that. I don't see many explanation going on here, but yeah. So bun.serve is able to serve run on this port. So let's also do this console log. So then we have to do bun index.ts. So run run index.ts. Now I have to, I can just http localhost 3000, and it says bun. What if I say bun world? Does it refresh? Like, okay, that doesn't happen. I learned somewhere it does, but I don't know if it's in like it's available only in like Elysiajs. I mean, other frameworks built on bun. But yeah, let's see. I assume there is a hot reload thing going on, like with Express when you're working, or with Node when you're working with, when that hot reload is needed, we have to use Node mode. But here that is not needed; it's already built in. Is what I assume. But yeah, so we can say we can run a script. So what we did here by running bun run index.ts, that could be turned into script. So all we had to do is and scripts. So here we can say start, and start is basically this bun run index.ts. So I have to restart. No, I don't have to. So I can just say, now I can say npm, not npm, bun start, and the same, should be working again. I'll say bun world, yeah. So again, this is usual stuff that we do in package.json with npm also. So that's why I was about to write npm start. Then roughly 20x. Bun run is roughly 20x faster than npm run. Okay. Then install a package. So let's see how to install a package. And we have Figlet. I'm familiar with Figlet. Basically, it's help in converting string to ASCII. So let's see how that adding goes. So you can say burn add Figlet. So it's like npmi whatever the package name. So same thing going on here. And it got installed. Okay, that was fast. Then for TypeScript, because we are using TypeScript, we can do burn add type burn add hyphen d at TypeScript. So still go into dev dependency. So if you do hyphen d, it's a dev dependency, otherwise it's dependency always. And we have also installed types for that. So now in the here you can do the import Figlet from Figlet, I think. And yeah, then in the rec body, fetch rec. Okay, so it's creating a new body, and so const body equal to uh, Figlet Figlet dot text sync. Then you can say bun world. Then we can just return replace this new response. Then here I can say body, return body. So the semicolon is not needed. So now I can do one start, and if I run this, I can see the Figlet ASCII version of the text one world in the UI. So again, this is usual stuff. So we add things via bun add, and we have types are installed. I mean, dev dependencies are installed with hyphen d, and you can add scripts which are run by bun, then bun start, and this is how you serve it. There is bun.serve, and which takes in port 3000. So serve takes in options, and inside then you have to pass the port. And what about environment variables? If I have .env and I have port here 3000 or 1003, how can I process .env dot port? Will this work? So if I do one start and I come to 2003, it works. Oh, that also something I learned. I think you don't need any extra package to load the environment variables into the system. So within Node world, we had to install .env or any other extension, any other packages to do the same thing. We had to, I remember doing require then .env .config, but I think this auto loads the environment variables, so that's also very good. Then we should see in ASCII TypeScript to install the type definition for Bunjs built-in API install. So let's do this, and so this installs type definition for bun. So I assume like here we are using bun.serve. So but there was no typing going on. Maybe it will provide now. At this point you should be able to reference bun global in your TypeScript files without seeing any errors in your version. So I'll do console.log and bun.version. Okay, it's not type function. So now if I do bun start, it also shows the version. Side compare options. Bun. If you run bun in a new directory, this thing will be generated for you. Okay, we saw bun in it. How bun it works. Okay, so what they did is they have a basic codes, and if you want to learn on, like get more info, you could just dive here. And then we have bun create. So you don't need bun create to use bun. You don't need any configuration at all. This command is to make getting started bit a quick issue. So this is like npm npx npx, and when you're using package like npx, I mean using npx and calling the packages like express, and you'll scaffold everything and do like calling create react app from npx. I think it's similar to that. So it says template a new bun project with bun create. This is a flexible command that can be used to create a new project. Create template, vim package, I get to local template. So I think bun create, if I call the create react app, I think it should still work. Same thing. We are looking to create a brand new empty project, use bun in it. So if you are starting from scratch and you want to do all the like, okay, I want to use Elysiajs, like, do it manually, then you go with bun in it. But if you have, I think if you go inside, yeah. So if you see here, so Elysiajs is a package that you can use to build REST APIs and I mean servers basically. So either you could do bun add, I mean first do bun init, then bun add, then Elysia, or you could just do bun create Elysia and the project name, and it will have everything scaffolded for you. So that's also very good. And from npm bun create template destination. Assuming you don't have local template with the same name, this command will download create template from npm, and that's from a local template. One create. We have flags, override existing, no install, no git. Skip install node modules and tasks. So if you want to just have it ready. So I think this is useful if we are scaffolding the project and we are like, oh, we don't want to run it locally, we just want it to run in the like Docker or something, then there's no need of having node modules in the local system. So no install hyphen no install will help with that. And open will open it in browser, then no git, it doesn't initialize git. So those are like good flags. And git API domain, if you're using it in a price and this token. You have bun run can be executed JavaScript TypeScript files, package with JSON script and execute. Perform a button and start fast and run, same thing, same old story. So it talks about how it uses JavaScript core engine, uh, digital. So if anyone's interested, you could go into that. On Linux, this translates into setup time faster than Node.js. So there's also some comparisons going on here. And compared to run a file, compared to Node file. Yeah. So one run, then you can put in the file name to execute and it will execute. We have one support TypeScript just out of the box. Yeah, so to run a file in watch mode, use watch. So this is what I was talking about. Uh, so what I can do is that I think I could just come here and say dev. So now it is bun run bun hyphen what, then run index.ts. So now if I come here and I say bun dev, it will be okay. I think I didn't close it properly, so Let me say 3005. So if I do now until it's running properly. So okay, so with npm, apart from start, you have to do npm run, then the this script name. But with burn, you could just straight up say whatever the script name burn, then the script name, it will work. So now what happens if I do burn world hello, and we can see the refreshing happening. If I do one world, it will run. So earlier you saw me like refresh it, but now I had to first go to 2005. Okay, 3005. Okay, so earlier if I made some change, like if I say okay, let's replace one world with hello world. If I save, I had to, no, this won't work. I had to shut down the server. I had to restart it. So that's what was happening with I mean, in the node world, you have to have node one installed, and to have the hot reloading, or not hot reloading, it's actually, know uh, the watch mode happening. So yes, so that's how you do that. So you do burn, then hyphen hyphen watch flag is added before the run index.ts or whatever the file is, then it will automatically watch for changes and the server will be restart. And yes, great. Then we can do don't do this when using burn flanks immediately after. So the flanks, like I have used here, the flanks will come before the run command. So this is the expected way to do it. And then there are some optimization, like when you're working, maybe you could reduce the memory usage and so. So run a package.json script. You can define number of name scripts. So use plain to execute the scripts. Okay, so it's okay. So maybe I was wrong. We could, you need one run and the name, but here bundle worked for me. I don't know. Maybe some changes happens then. When execute scripts commands in a subshell, it checks for the following shells in order. Okay, bash and Elysiajs. Is there a naming conflict between package.json and to see a one run? So it's common for package script to reference locally install wait or next CL to stuff one run one respect this shebang and executes the script with node. How we can avoid this here with one blank for Node.js with CLI. This will run CLI with one instead of Node.js. Okay, TypeScript. And you could return use JSX. File out of the box one internal transpiler converts JSX into only ASCII for execution. Especially looking for JSX to make debugging easier. Text files. Text files can be imported as strings. Okay. Oh wow. So you will. Oh, that's interesting. So if I have again, like test dot ts test dot txt and it says one world. I could import text from text.txt and could console log text. Okay, says cannot find. Maybe it needs the path. Okay, now it works. So it needs the path and it says one world. Okay, hello world. Wow, that's interesting. I don't know if Node has something similar. That's very interesting. So, okay, JSON and toml files can be immediately imported from a source file. The contents will be loaded and returned as a JavaScript object. Wow, great. Okay, so this particular thing that's I'm seeing this for the first time. So this is very interesting. So like I think if you are in Python and such again, I think we had some extra packages needed to do this. So like if you have a file and you are reading the content of that file and having that available to whatever you want. So that's very interesting. Then we have WebAssembly. One has supported WebAssembly. I don't know how much about WebAssembly. I need to figure that out. So SQLite. You can import SQLite databases directly into your code. One will automatically load the database and return a database object. So import DB from DB with type SQLite and console log DB query. So this is SQLite there and zero installation required from the developer side and could just import it and start querying it. So uh, that's very interesting. So it uses one SQLite API. So this is what's happening here. So database, new database, and it's in the memory, and you could just start. And okay, so this documentation I would like to go through and build it sometime. But yeah, for now, what we can let's move on. So TypeScript again, same thing. JSX. So yeah, so I think that's it. Then there's Bun API, so like Bun.serve. So Bun implements set of native APIs on the Bun global object and through a number of built-in modules. These APIs are heavily optimized and request canonical Bun native way to implement some common functionality. Bun strive to implement standard web APIs whenever possible. Bun introduce new APIs primarily for server-side tasks and now standard access such as file IO, starting and executing server. In this cases, Bun's approach still builds top standard APIs like blob, URL, and request. So we use this now, and yeah. So for HTTP, you have bun.serve, then file has bun.file, then bun.write, TCP hashing. So for password hashing, and like if you're building a server and you need to have the passwords of the user hash, then you could use this. If you need a quick SQLite database, then you could use the one SQLite API, no need of any driver or anything. Then testing, you could use one test. So again, this is also very interesting to check out. And yes, then there's web APIs. This is when things so JSON, WebSocket, you get all those web APIs and Node.js compatibility are listed out here. And single file execution. So I would also my plans for next is that I want to try Elysiajs and like learn it fully and maybe use Terso or maybe like I don't know like maybe have a Postgres database and use it with along with Elysiajs and have like build a full application and maybe have it deployed. I'm not sure if GCP AWS everything supports, but I assume there is no difference. Like at the end, I mean, whatever wherever node is supported, I think the deployment will be similar. I'm not sure, but yeah. So that's something I have in mind. Then you have got plugins. So plugin will be the next time work on time on vanilla. So this is something related to plugins. Patch mode we saw earlier. So what is very so okay. So this is you writing test and the test being run in the batch mode in the right, so that as you write you can see the test passing. So that's interesting. So in npm again, not just all you install just or that kind of testing libraries. So here I don't know, maybe underneath they are using just, or maybe they have get something of their own. So yeah, then modular solutions, then auto install and fixed automate debugger can reach the point. So I would also like and to see if it's possible to, I mean, it's possible. I just want to see how I can create one CL application so that I could experiment many of the things. So again, it lists out all the performance and the ways it has like crazy fast, watch more, everything built in and such. So again, beat is not something I'm aware of. I had to check that out. I think it's similar to like Webpack and all those used to be. I don't know. So yeah. So maybe just let's do this command once, and then we will wrap it up for the day. Then I will come back to it later. So I can say bun create Elysia and my server, and it's installing download tarball. I don't know what is tarball, and it's installing many things and done. Created Elysia project successfully. To get started, run cd my server. I had to change it to my project folder, then do run. First I will open it in my VS Code. Then so it's same, like there is only source folder, there is index.ts, and in package.json we'll have Elysia latest, and that's it. So that's the beauty. Like so, if it was in the node, then you have Express, then you had to have the nodemon, then you need to have other. Like I'm happy with Express and Node, but this is like much better than that. So and in index.js you are just importing Elysia. It's exactly like you do in Express, and const equal to new Elysia. So that's again in Express. So you initialize Express into the app variable, then you could use that. So that's what is happening here. So let's run this. Run index.ts. I think or the package.json there is bun dev, and it's running. It's localhost 3000. Can go to 3000, and it says hello Alicia. I even like how it's very simple and like just one liner. So yes, so one types latest and module, everything is exactly the same as before. So it says hello Alicia, nice meeting you, and it will refresh and I can just do it will show up here. So get started. Web framework for building backend servers for Bun. So we saw this. So this is how we do that. So basically in Express what happens is that you can do const amp equal to new Express. So you do Express. Then you can do app dot get and such. So here similar approach is you can do Elysia, then dot get, then this is one route, this is a home route, and root Then you can have id/id/id param. Then you have slash post form, and then it's listening on whatever port we have provided. Then you also have a console log, which lets us know what's happening with the server run. So we're running at app.server.hostname. So this gives us the hostname, which is localhost. Then app.server.port is a port. So yes, so features our most loved feature of Elysia that makes Elysia stand out from other frameworks performance. Static code analysis to generate optimized code, unified time structure, DTO runtime, compile time validation, end-to-end type safety, TypeScript, and JSX template engine, like I told earlier. So I remember like back in the day, trying out, playing around with maybe replacing EGS with Pug and other. So is Pug available still? Pug templating engine. So yeah, this was Pug, and there was something else I forgot the name, but yeah. So this is how we would how I used to do. Then yeah, then later on, React and all those cool front end frameworks came up. So and now I can see that front end. So I think JSX was built in Facebook, so for the front end purpose, but now it came back. I mean, from the back end, you're serving that. So yeah, so that's what it says here, familiar experience for front end developers because JSX is used. And ergonomic by design, simple and familiar, API for building server, and platform agnostic. Elysia was designed but was not limited to Burn, being Windows CG compliant. So I don't know this. I just read about that here. So web interoperable runtimes community group. So I am not aware of this. I have to check that out. I deploy Elysia server on Cloudflare Worker, Parcel Edge function, and most of the runtimes that support web standard requests. So that's why I said I think deployment should work seamlessly. There won't be any issues. And TypeScript, Elysia, same thing. How to use recognition. Then uh, CD would pass the environment and such. So structure, performance again, and Hono. So I think Hono is again another very exciting web framework. So ultra fast web framework for edges. So again, Hono is also something I have in my list to play around with. Then yeah, so back in the days I have tried Happy, Kova, not Kova. I think Happy I have tried. Aronis I have tried, and Fastify. So yeah, so with Bund there are many other ecosystems or tools being built, which is exciting to look forward to and play around with. So let's unified type. So to start, I guess for this year. So yeah, so I think let's leave it at here for today, and maybe like head first dive into Elysiajs by having a project in mind and building a simple server. Maybe use SQLite and maybe like a book tracker or to-do application, something very basic, but to get just wrap the head around the what makes Elysia special. So and also learn how Bun works with SQLite. So yeah, so that's all for the day. See you next time. So yes.